Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and in this video here, I'm going to be showing you the optimal trade route in Kenshi, at least one of the best trade routes that I know. So we're starting in the swamp, in the town of Shark, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be buying hash and sake in the swamp, and then what we're going to do is take those items over to Morn and Flats Lagoon, which are to the southeast, Morn and Flats Lagoon, and we're going to sell them there. And then we're going to buy skeleton repair kits and cactus rum, and we're going to bring them back to the swamp. And that's going to be our main rotation as far as trading goes. So there's a whole bunch of vendors in the swamp. I'm already stocked up, as you can see. That vendor doesn't have anything, but we have my pack mule here, which has a bunch of hash on him, ready to go. 548, which is a lot. Basically 2 days of running around the swamp and collecting hash. You can hit up Shark, Mudtown, Rot, Stone Rat Village, and this swamp village right here for hash. This other swamp village in the top left, in my opinion, isn't worth going to. It's way out of the way, and it doesn't usually have that much hash. And the Grave Filayer Village, I don't think they have a vendor. If they do, they probably don't sell that much because I almost never hit it. I basically just always do Stone Rat Village, Shark, Mudtown, Rot. And that swamp village, too. I always forgot to mention it. So what we're going to do is this time what we're going to do as far as running to Flat Lagoon is I'm going to show you my method of doing this, which is essentially this. We turn on turbo speed and we right click on the map and we let our one character run there. Our fastest character with the highest movement speed is the one that we want to run there. And essentially what we do is if he gets hurt, or rather if he gets killed, we reload the game. And we do the run over again. And you have to watch out for this. See right here in the bottom left, it says his goal switched from move order to aimless. This is bad because he just stopped running. So you have to keep an eye out on that. And you should also... And he keeps switching to aimless because this is dumb. And you should... Sometimes this happens. This game is really, really, really buggy. Really, really, really buggy. And sometimes, no rhyme or reason, it just breaks like this. Okay, well, move away from the spiders. I can see. So for some reason, I am bugged right now, and it won't let me move past where I am. See how it's coming up with a circle and an X on the map right here? So that is interesting. It won't let me run past this. I do not know why either. Okay, is he moving now? Good, he's moving now. So I'm actually going to leave that in the video because this is just a part of it. This is the stupidity that you have to deal with sometimes in this game. You wouldn't have to deal with this if you ran all of your characters there, like as one giant unit, but you're going to have to deal with a lot of other silliness if you do that. Like, you're going to have to micromanage them the entire route there, which is arguably worse than this. That's interesting that he's taking the like super south route this time, which he never usually does. See, the dot stopped on the map, which is not good. We need to make the dot keep moving. He's probably encountering that same bug where he can't move. Usually it doesn't give this much trouble. Usually he runs there without much of an issue, but sometimes it does do this. And I think it's actually probably somewhat important that I do show you this so you understand what you're up against. Basically, right now, he keeps stopping at every load screen, which is because my camera is close to him. Which we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to put it on 2 speed and watch him for a little bit. Hopefully, it'll recognize me as not being in that area, and he'll skip the load screens. Okay, he got stuck again, I think, at a load screen. So I'm going to test something. I'm basically just going to let him sit there. Lots and lots of time is passing. Just taking damage from that acid rain. So that's interesting. He moved the short distance when I told him to move. Now he's moving the long distance. Again, the alternative option is to run this on foot by yourself. What you're seeing now from me is way harder than it normally is, but this does happen every once in a while. The next runs will probably be a lot smoother than this, because this is actually quite rare. Now is when things get a little scary, because he leaves the burning forest and he goes through bone fields, which if he runs into a group of beak things, he dead. This is a very dangerous run, though, especially if you're low level. And he's getting attacked now, or something aggroed him, rather. Here we go. Oh. So long as nothing attacks him and hits him, I'm content. So he's almost 2 flats Lagoon, which means he'll have the safety of the guards at his back in a moment. Or to watch his back. Alright, now we can switch to him since he's right next to Flats Lagoon. Ah, Grillo bandits. That's what was attacking him. Alright, we made it to Flats Lagoon. Finally. How long into the video is this? Like 5 minutes? 7 minutes? Jeez Louise. So, in order to teleport our group here, what we're going to do is we're going to save over the same file we just saved over. So, walk through part 2. Once we get this save successful, we're going to load game, and we're going to do reset squad positions. Make sure that's checked, and essentially what that's going to do is it's going to teleport our entire squad to this character. Wherever the camera was when you saved the game, whatever zone it was in, / area it was, it's going to teleport all of your characters there. With the Grillo bandits out of the way, now let's go into town and we'll start selling our hash. So this is the first vendor we're going to hit up, and this is a pretty good vendor. Let's check the skeletal repair kits. So they have a 99% price markup. If you remember correctly, they sold for about 110% in the swamp. Just checking the weapons real fast. Nothing that I really want to buy, so we're gonna offload all of that hash, and we might actually buy some armor here sooner or later, depending on the quality too. So the bar, this is where we're gonna buy some cactus rum. So we have 12 cactus rums that we're gonna buy out, and we can sell the rest of the hash. What is the skeletal? 99% for the skeleton repair kit. We'll buy it because we can sell it in the swamp for probably a bit more. And we're going to buy the first aid kits too, because I want to sell the extra hash here. And then we're going to hit up this armor shop, and we need to do it before it closes real fast, because shops are about to start closing since it's getting to be late. And since we're selling so late in the day too, we're selling at 22 hours. That's important because the shops aren't going to have restocked money tomorrow when we wake up, because they usually restock, I think, their wares at like 20 hours and not at 6 a.m. when they actually open. So that's important. Also, now would be a good time to purchase a good ranged weapon for our characters too. Like that masterwork one right there that uses regular bolts. That would be a good buy for one of our characters. Rum, there we go. Some more rum. Buy the rum. Buy the dried meat because I want it. Buy the med kits because I want them. And is there anything else? No. Sell the hash. So we sold like a little over 100 of our hash, and we probably made 25K from this vendor, 10K from the bar, 10K from that vendor, 25K from this vendor, 25K from that vendor, and 10K from that vendor. So it's 25, 50, 75, 85, 95, about 100K was our current haul from all of the stuff that we just sold. So what we're going to do is we're going to save again because I'm about to do that wonky run again, or another wonky run, and we're going to go from Flats Lagoon to Morn. So again, we're going to use Almar because he's fastest, and we're going to turn on turbo speed and watch the map and him go. As you can see right now, he's working better than he did last time, at least. And there's also a few other things I want to do in Morn as well. I purchased a house there that I'm currently throwing building materials at because I want to repair it. And I want to build a bed in Morn, a couple of beds in Morn. That way, in case my characters get wounded during any of these trade runs, I can rest in Morn. Because sometimes I actually do the run instead of doing it like this, the map method. However, I prefer the map method because it's a lot less tedious. Like I can sit here and I can, you know, watch YouTube or Netflix or whatever it may be, and basically just glance over and see if he's made it there on the map. And if he doesn't, I just reload. So it's a very, very mindless and easy activity. You can see this time it worked splendidly. Almar got there without any issue whatsoever, which is exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to have to teleport the entire group here. I do understand, though, not everybody is going to like this method, because this method is it's a different way of playing the game. Instead of actually playing the game, you're like cheesing the game, I guess is the best way to describe it. And a lot of people aren't going to like doing that. It's, I guess, the same group of people that don't want to that don't like mining in this game for money, because mining in this game is not engaging to really any degree. Like in this game, when you mine, it's just you basically just watch the characters and then offload the mines occasionally when they get full, and that's really all you do. But mining is one of the best ways to make money at the very start of the game, so fine, Holberg, you can go engineer. Show me your goods. Oh man, you only got 2 rums? Sad face. And you have nothing else of value that I want, so you can sell. I'll sell the hash to you. What about your food? Yeah, I'll buy your food, I guess. No skeletal repair kits, nothing like that. Okay, so I'll run the rest of the characters down here to this building, the Adventuring Supplies Merchant, because when that shop opens, we're going to hit up the Adventuring Supplies Merchant. And this building's about to be done. There we go. So now I own that building, and it is fully upgraded and basically ready to go. What else does Almar? Okay, I have a little bit too many building supplies on me, so we're going to put them on the pack mule. And we are going to save one more time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run Almar back to Shark, and I'm going to wait for this shop to open. That way I can sell the hash there, and then buy any skeleton repair kits or whatever else I need. So I'm going to basically trust Almar to do the run by himself and not die, and then we're going to wait for this shop to open and buy what we need from it. And sell our hash. And something else I'm going to do too before I finish this whole trading run extravaganza, probably not do it during the video though, but at some point I'm going to stop at Flats Lagoon and I'm going to completely stock up on good armor, good weapons. Also in Flats Lagoon, you can buy ancient science books and engineering research, which are very, 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 very important. They're basically some of the most important trade skill reagents in this entire game. And that's one of the only places you can actually buy them. So these dust coats are actually pretty good. If I equipped them on Almar, he would take almost no damage from the acid rain in the burning forest when he runs through it. Any Hiver shirts for sale here? Sometimes he has Hiver shirts. So these skeleton repair kits are very, very low with how much they cost. I bought all of them because they're only 97% markup, whereas in the swamp they're 110%. So let's see. 97%. Average price is 4,200 is how much I can get for them. Once Almar gets back to Shark, we teleport everybody there, and then we'll be able to sell the skeleton repair kits, buy hash, and then buy hash from all of the villages, and then we redo the run basically. As we can see, this time the run went much smoother. Almar made it there in one piece, and he made it back in one piece. And he didn't get constantly stuck and stopped as he was moving. And in my honest opinion, it's faster this way, even if you have to deal with the bugginess of the game. It's faster to do the run back and forth and teleport method. Because actually running there on foot, you have to dodge enemies the entire time. You're going to have to, you know, go through every single one of the loading screens, pick and choose which route you want to take. It's all very, very tedious. So I prefer to do it this way. It's not lost on me, though, that there's going to be a group of people out there that consider this method to be the tedious method compared to the other method. So that's why it's basically to each their own. You do it the way you want to do it. I like doing it this way, and I think doing it this way is also easier to explain during the course of a video, because otherwise the video is going to take like 10 to 15 minutes per run to and from that location, which I don't think it's fair to waste that much of your time to give you information. Because that's what you're here for, after all, is information. So let's check the skeletal repair kits here. 110% price markup. So we're only getting like 500 cats per skeleton repair kit that we're selling. Because we got them for 4,200 at the other place, and here they're selling for 4,700. So I personally don't think that's actually worth it. I know a lot of people, though, do the skeleton repair kits. And they're also the... Sorry, burp. Yeah, there's a vendor in here. They're also the items that are most commonly talked about in Kenshi as the highest value per space that they take up in your backpack. Because skeleton repair kits sell for like 4K a piece. And that vendor doesn't have anything. That vendor, I can't remember if that vendor has anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit up some shops to the north. I'm going to take 6 of the skeleton repair kits with me. And Almar's going to go to Mudtown. Arwick is going to take... Oh wow, Arwick has some hash on him. Makes sense, I didn't offload him. Arwick is going to take 6 too, and he's going to head to the building to the south. That's funny. This whole group of people is walking up there, including a few that you can recruit. Like Neo is somebody that you can recruit. You got a diplomatic status person. That's just funny seeing them all walk into the building. The dancing skeleton. And that is not good. Almar got beat up by the swamp ninjas. So what we're going to do is I don't think Almar had any food on him, and I don't think they steal anything else off my body, but that's what I'm going to keep an eye out on. And I'm sending the entire group there to basically back Almar up. Since we're in the swamp, or since Almar got knocked out so close to where we're going, or so close to the main town in the swamp, I don't see any reason to reload. I'll just send the entire crew there to back him up. So as you can see, 109% markup here. I think that's 1% lower than in Shark. I can't remember though, but it's still, it's a very, very minor price difference. We bought it at 99% and we're selling it for like 10% more, which it's not that good if you ask me. Why do none of these vendors stock up on sake now? It's interesting. So I bought drugs from him and drugs from him. It's going to be an all-out war. Some people are going to get hurt. Other people aren't. The swamp ninjas are a bit annoying. Here comes some blood spiders. Because what would it be without even more combat? Silver Shade is pretty messed up. He's pretty close to losing a leg. A few of my other characters, the reason that my characters are getting knocked out pretty quick or pretty easily here, like Hamut, he has barely any toughness. Basically everybody on this bottom row of my party is like brand new to the party. So it's no surprise that they're getting beat up. You even have now, you don't have the medic job assigned. There we go. Now everybody's assigned as a medic. So I need to pick these two characters up. Pick up those three characters, and now we go to Mudtown. So the skeleton repair kits should sell for a little bit more here. And one good thing about Mudtown is there are lots and lots and lots of vendors here. There's, I think, 3 vendors here. 2 vendors, sorry. This is the second best location to buy hash. And you can see we have a little bit more. The skeleton repair kits go for a little tiny bit more here. If I remember correctly, that bar in Mudtown is just a... that bar in Mudtown is just a gambling place. It's not an actual place where... I'm going to buy that fabric too. It's not an actual place where you can do buy hemp or anything, or hash or anything like that. But let's check again. Because I always forget. Even if you can't buy hash here, one good thing, yeah, it's not. One good thing to mention about this bar is you can get some unique companions in there. Like Dr. Chung is one of the unique companions you can get at that location. And as you can see, Almar is a bit too beat up to do the run that I need him to do. So Let's save real fast. Because I want Arwick to run down to the Stone Rat Village. And then after that Stone Rat Village, I want one character to run basically to the Lagoon place. Flats Lagoon or whatever it's called, right? Yeah, Flats Lagoon. You can see Arwick stopped in the distance because he hit a load screen. He got through that load screen there. Almar needs to don't want that pop up. I want to keep an eye on the blue dot. Almar needs to rest and recover too, because there's no way he's doing the run that badly injured. He got messed up. So I might have to give the boots to Arwick and have Arwick do the run. Let's see. Does anybody run as fast as Arwick? Arwick goes 20 miles per hour without the boots on. Griffin. Griffin's injured too. Eastham, no. Bard, nope. Stubbs Mamuso. He does run fast. The downside, he probably has wooden. Yeah, he does. The downside is Stubbs can't take the hits. That is that's the bad thing with us relying on Stubbs. So let's hit up the drug vendor first at this town. Let's see. We want all that Gohan because it's super duper duper cheap. I'll take the medkits too. And surprised none of these vendors have sake. They usually all have sake, and on this playthrough none of them have sake. Interesting. Very interesting. It's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Sorry, I'm looking at the hats to see if I can get anything better than the one I have. Because I don't like the one I have, but none of the ones in there are good. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to teleport everybody to the same location. Let's see. We're going to save because we would need to do that before we teleport. But before we do that, I am going to send Stubbs Mamuso up to Rot. And hope he gets there in one piece. If not, we'll just reload and we'll teleport all of our members to this location and call it good for what we did. Yes, yes, Stubbs, I know. You hit that load screen. You can effectively send a character all the way across the map by doing this. I've sent a character all the way from above Mongrel all the way down to like Shark by doing this method. It's better though if you do it on faster characters. Where is the drug vendor here? Because I got like less than an hour before he closes up shop. If he hasn't already. Yeah, which he already did because that door's closed. So the drug vendor here closed up shop. And I'll have to wait until tomorrow to shop at him. Which I'm going to run Arwick back to Shark, because technically, if I'm waiting until tomorrow, I can just shop at Shark again and buy more hash from there, the main location to buy hash. Shops open at 6 in the morning, and they usually close right at midnight. So 2400 hours is when they usually close. Arwick stopped right there. Not good, Arwick. Keep moving. I'm teleporting to him to make him move. And also see why he stopped. Like I said, very buggy game. It just does random shit sometimes. Red sabers after Arwick. So, once Arwick is here, I am going to save. And, do I want to teleport everybody here? Nah, I'll leave everybody in Mudtown right now. That way, when dawn strikes, I can buy hash from here, plus hash from Mudtown, and then I can leave out to to Flats Lagoon. So we just need to wait for 3 in-game hours to pass, which isn't going to take very long. It'll only take a few minutes. Okay, now things are starting to open. At least the bar opened. Run around in circles to do athletics on just one character instead of all my characters. Waste of time. Just passing time. 30 minutes until the bar, or until the shop's open. La-dee-dee-da-da-dee-dee-da. One thing about Mudtown is we might have bought the hash too late in the day, so the hash there might not actually restock. We'll see, though. Doesn't look like the hash restocked for this vendor either. So we're not going to be able to rebuy the hash in, let's try this vendor here. Nope, he didn't restock his wares either. So let's check Mudtown again. This place should not be restocked either. Nope. Okay, none of it restocked. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get to the other place without dying. $26 plus, well, just 26 miles per hour for Almar. You go, Almar. We shall cross our fingers and hope he makes it. Who's in Rot? I forget who I sent to Rot. Oh, Stubbs. It's the only... Nope, there's an adventuring merchant in Rot too. Some Gohan. No sake at this merchant again. And nothing else of real value to buy. You can see Almar got stuck again. I think it's because of who I'm clicked on. I'm clicked on Stubbs Momuso right now, who's within the loading screen distance of Almar. Almar does not want to move. No matter where I click, he's not moving. So I'm going to have to go to him. And he's just sitting here with his arms crossed like, what do you want from me, man? I want you to get your ass moving. Come on, move. I think he's stuck. Indeed, he is stuck. Hilarious. So, the only way to fix a character that gets stuck is to literally do what we have been doing. So over the course of this, what, like 30-minute video, you've already seen like 5 or 6 bugs in this game? That's about right for Kenshi. That's what happens when only one person designs the game, too. Not saying that he didn't do a good job. I do like the game quite a bit, and I do think he did a very good job with it, but you can easily tell the difference between having a dedicated team work on something and one person. So I just sent Almar to Flats Lagoon, and we're going to watch him on the map. And he's currently running back and forth in the same location, which might end up getting him killed. So he took 1 hit. Unfortunately to the stomach too, which I don't like. And now he's taking a bunch of hits, and now he's unconscious. And let's see what knocked him out. What we're going to do is I'm going to wait until he gets back up, and then we're going to continue the run, because his legs aren't hurt. And he's almost out of the swamp, which is arguably the most dangerous spot. All right, now let's get back on the trip. Because once he gets out of the swamp, then there's no red sabers, no swamp ninjas. There's beak things in Shem, but you can kind of outrun beak things unless you're cutting right through them, and he just stopped again. You can kind of run through beak things, same with the bone fields. Unless I run like right into a beak thing, I don't have much to worry about. This is all I have to worry about, is Almar breaking like this. Right now, what I also have to worry about is 1 hit to the stomach, because it'll be enough to KO me. As far as the stat requirements for this, I would recommend at least 30 toughness. It's usually enough to take a few hits and to survive. Almar's athletic skill is 74 right now. Beak things, right? Yeah, probably a beak thing. Yep, here comes the beak thing, running right towards me. Nope, 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 nope. Here's a pack of that 3 beak things. No bueno. What are these enemies? Dust bandits? This is a bad spot. There's beak things all over the places. Dust bandits all over the places. All over the place, rather. Oh, right there, what is that? Slavers? I think this is a band of slavers. Mercenaries. Okay, that's not bad. Mercenaries won't attack me. Alright, now I am almost to Flats Lagoon. That's Guerrillo Bandits fighting Boneyard Wolves right there. And I would like to actually avoid them. Because they aggroed me already. Big things going across the water right next to me. It's okay though, because I'm close enough to here where I don't have to worry about it. And we have safely made it to Flats Lagoon again. So, what we're going to do is the same thing as last time. Save over walkthrough part 1, and then we're going to load. And teleport our whole squad here. That time we had to baby Almar a bit more than normal, just because I didn't feel like reloading after he got knocked out. Felt just like may as well complete the run, just may as well do it a little bit more manual. Even if I was doing these runs manually, I would probably still do them with one character instead of my entire group. And as you can see, like I said too, there's a lot of armor for sale here that leather shirt, that's specialist grade. I want that. I'll take those specialist pants too. And then I'll sell some more hash. I'm gonna hit up the vendors here that close during the night first. And then I'm going to end the video after this too, because you guys have seen me do the run quite a few times already. Archery. Actually, let me hit up the inn first. And then I'll do the bar. No skeleton repair kits? Interesting. We got rum though. Could have bought the dried meat too. Usually that's a good buy. As you can see, though, I got about 340k, about to be 350k, which is a pretty good haul for where I am in the game right now. This grog isn't worth buying because it's selling for like an insane amount. Skeleton repair kit, I'll buy that, even though it's not really, I'm not making that much money off of it. And let's see. That is basically it as far as my selling in Flats Lagoon. What I can do is I can buy some armor from here and then sell some more of the hash, and then run head to Morn and basically do the same thing, buy some alcohol and etc. etc. I'm going to buy some of the armor here actually before. Actually, I'll do it before I end this video so you can see what I'm doing and why. So Dr. Chung. Actually, let's see. Kang, he's got decent armor. He doesn't have a good helmet, though. So I'll buy that. He doesn't have good boots. High grade, I really wish I could have specialist, but that's fine. I'll deal with the high. Even though I actually don't need the boots because the right leg and the left leg are fully covered from the samurai gear. Arwick, I wish I had proper boots for him. What I can do is a weapon, because both of my new Yeah, I kind of do want to buy that. Yeah, we'll actually use that on green. Because that's a very, very, very good weapon. This Falling Sun weapon is very, very good too. Falling Sun is one of the best weapons you can get in the game. Weapon types. Okay, that is spent about 50k. Had to sell a whole bunch more hash. This vendor doesn't have the best of best stuff though. There's a lot this vendor is missing. I like shopping at the vendor in Mongrel more than this one. The vendor in Mongrel has a bunch of good stuff. All of the vendors in Mongrel have a bunch of good stuff. So before the shops close, let me actually buy some arrows since I just bought, or some bolts since I just bought a crossbow. Green, he needs bolts longs. I kind of want to buy more bolts. Yeah, I'll buy the regulars too. Even though I don't have anything that can shoot them just yet. That Masterwork Ranger isn't for sale anymore either. Unfortunate, but that's okay. And that really is all there is to it. We would basically just keep repeating this run over and over. Buy a bunch of hash, come here, sell it. Buy a bunch of cactus rum here, as well as skeletal repair kits. In quotations, optional. And then return to Shark. Sell them, restock, come here, and you just do that run over and over and over and over. And that's really all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Hopefully it answered your questions of the optimal trading routes in Kenshi. And if it did help you guys out, leave me a like because that helps me out. And if I forgot anything, left anything out, or got anything wrong, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm always happy to be corrected. Aside from that, though, I will catch you guys around in future Kenshi videos. Peace.